She stepped down, broke his crown. Hey,
everybody. We love you. We understand all this. Thank you. It's the best, right? It's the best. Pretty good. They love you. They love you.
I gotta tell you, the Doors thing was incredible.
Nice.
That was awesome. I saw what you were doing. You did it with Bieber too. When you did the Bieber thing, you look good. Like it's funny as hell, but you do look very smooth doing that stuff. The Jim Morrison thing, when you were out there, we were getting laughs, but a lot of us were saying he has a pretty sizable thing down there. Right? It was funny, and I was impressed with that too.
It's a washcloth I have out there. Yeah. I can show it to you.
Well, you got to let me smell that later.
Dude, you're the greatest. Thanks for coming back. How you been? Everything good?
Everything's terrific, buddy. I've been watching. I did watch your Bieber in my kitchen with my kids, and your body popping and stuff. I couldn't believe how smooth you were. And then my wife was like, "Can you do that?" And I was like, "I tried it a couple times." She goes, "Oh, you can't do it."
You tried at least.
I did try. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how. I got Bieber fever for a second.
You really do.
Yeah. But you happy on the East Coast too? I mean, you live on LA times.
Yes. I'm. The time change thing that screws you up a little bit.
Oh, daylight saving?
Yeah. Well, it's not because I had to change the clocks in my house.
Oh yeah.
And I got a gigantic house, so like I had to, and my wife said, "You do that, do something." So you change the clocks. I go, yeah, all right. And I got tired after a couple of clocks, so I called this service in Beverly Hills. There's some clock changing service, so I called them up, and some guy comes over, and he's changing all the clocks for me. And I was like, yeah, this is gonna be great. And then he gives me this crazy bill, like a lot of money, and he goes, "Oh, we get paid by the hour." And I was like. But I said, "What time is the clock when you got here?" He goes, 11. I said, "What time is it now?" He said, 10:30. I said, "You owe me money."
Trying to rip you off.
Yeah.
How's the family? How are the babies?
The kid had my son, he had a birthday party, 3 years old, my little daughter, and she had
cute.
a party. Very nice party. Giant, a bunch of 100 kids hanging out. And she loves Rapunzel. The two kids love Rapunzel. So we did my wife made this piñata thing up. Some nice people put a Rapunzel piñata. And so it's hanging in the tree, and all these nice kids are there. And, my little daughter, Sonny, goes first and was smacking the Rapunzel, and no damage at all. And then my Sadie takes a stick and starts hitting the thing. Nothing. And then, about 6 or 7 kids are going full blast, trying to open up because there's a lot of candy in there, and nobody can penetrate Rapunzel. I mean that.
I know.
You know that.
You can download that on Ryanair, by the way, if you fly that flight.
Anyways, James, so what I do is I take I go, let me take the thing and I'll get it started for the other kids. And I start really going bananas on the thing, and nothing's happening. So I take instead of swatting it with a stick, I start kind of stabbing Rapunzel, and I'm just going bananas, stabbing
at
the kids' party, and I'm stabbing it, and I swear to God, I'm stabbing Rapunzel in the heart. So I'm going, I'm just trying to get it rocking for the kids, and then I finally get an opening, and I turn around, and every kid is left. So
that's a bummer.
My plan worked.
It totally did. Are they having fun growing up in LA? It's because that's different than your childhood. You grew up here?
I'm a movie star and all that stuff, so it's difficult. My little Sadie, I'm a giant movie star, by the way.
Absolutely. The best.
One of the best. So I'd give me top 50. But anyways, yeah, my little Sadie lost her 2 teeth at the bottom. First time, 2 out at the same time. So we did the going to sleep, and she was expecting the tooth fairy, and I have a security guard that lives, watches my house, and he wouldn't let her in. And the tooth fairy. So the next morning my kid wakes up and is like, "Where's the money?" I was like, "What happened?" And so I go out to the security guard and I said, "What happened with the tooth fairy?" He goes, No. I didn't know. And I said, no, because I was not told. And I said, "You gotta let the tooth fairy, next time the tooth fairy is allowed in the house." He goes, "Well, you didn't tell me this." I go, "Well, all right, but From now on, Tooth Fairy can come in, Santa's, but you know you're Jewish, no Santa. I go, well, if Santa comes by,
Don't say no to him. Don't say no to him.
let it happen.
Don't say no to him.
And
The Tooth Fairy was not done.
the strange look. I was nervous.
And wings. Was that the Victoria's Secret model? It was the Tooth Fairy instead.
Flew away very huffy and angry. And I was like, look, man, you're not on the list.
What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? I'm just doing my job. Now he's French. Now I made him French.
Yeah.
Now he's doing my job.
I got to tell you, when I see him, he's going to be so mad because he's Jamaican. I did not do a Jamaican thing at all. So not Jamaican at all.
So not Jamaican. Just add a mon in there.
Yeah.
Do your kids ever see your movies? Because this Jack and Jill, you can take kids to come see this movie.
It's a PG movie, everybody. I don't know how that turned out. It wasn't supposed to be. It was supposed to just be a comedy, and then we turned out we didn't curse at all. So we said, oh my God, it's PG, so do that. So kids can see it too. But my kids, when we watch TV together, they will we do it like maybe an hour or two a day. We'll sit down and watch something, and what do you want to watch? Well, let's flip through it. And we flip, no. And we'll land on one of my movies. And my poor kids hate my movies or something. They don't focus on them. They don't. There's something's not clicking with them. So, but they know like it would hurt my feelings to change the channel. So like whenever it lands on my movie, I just see like them like. And I'm like, what do you think? You want to watch this? I mean, if you do.
If you do that,
I'm like, it's up to you. It's your call. Well, I mean, or we could clean our room.
I'd rather do that. Unbelievable, man. Are you doing a big Thanksgiving thing?
Yeah, of course. We're going to have this year. For many years, I've been carving the turkey, and everyone says that I don't do a good job. And this year, I figured out I'm going to kill the turkey first. Because
that's the problem. that's the problem.
So many years, the turkey's running around. I'm really like the Rapunzel story.
Just stabbing in the heart.
But it's got to be dead first.
Yeah, we did not. The turkey is not on the list. I'm so sorry. Turkey cannot come in here and do this. This is thing safe. More with Adam Sandler when we come back. Come on,
In a minute, I can supply your wish by command. We are back with the one and only, the greatest of all time, Adam Sandler right here, everybody.
I appreciate that. That sounded good.
I love you so much. Yeah, I told you, you're always the nicest guy to me. I tell everyone the story, but it means a lot. When you meet somebody that you look up to, and like I memorized everything you ever did.
You were always,
And I met you at a party. We were with Fallon.
Wait, whose party?
You had a party.
You were at that crazy party?
Yeah, it was nuts.
Yeah.
And Chris Farley came over. He was super nice. He was wearing glasses. And he's like, I said, nice to meet you. I was shaking and sweaty. And then I was just so nervous that both of you guys were there. And then he was just nice and normal. Like, hey, nice to meet you. Oh, good. Well, you want to be on Saturday Night? Good. And then you came over and you were like, hey, or something. And he was like, oh my God! And then he just started ripping into it. And I go, oh my! He turned it on, and it was like watching two greats go.
He was the greatest. He was the funniest. I'm so happy you got to see two sides of him in 1 second.
In 1 second, yeah, he's that fast.
That's what he was like. I know we were walking around New York the other day, and just every restaurant I look at, I go, I ate there with Farley. So funny. He was the best.
He is the coolest. A lot of, I know Spade kills it in this movie, by the way.
Yes, David.
Jack and Jill.
Yes.
You've got to see this movie. Gosh, I was crying laughing.
I'm so happy, buddy.
From the start to finish, I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So the premise, you could just explain.
It's, of course, you've seen the commercials by now, I guess, but I play a woman in there, and I play my twin sister, and...
You play your twin sister, and,
yes.
and she comes and visits, she won't leave.
Yeah, exactly. She comes for Thanksgiving. She's a lonely girl from the Bronx. And I'm out in L.A. living my life, and she's just like, well, why should I leave if I have nothing to go back to? Let me stay with you. And the guy version is jumpy about it.
It has a lot of heart though, but so many jokes.
We travel. Steve Korn and Smigel and Herlihy and Colbert, we all wrote the jokes and stuff.
I should say like Johnny Depp, isn't it? Al Pacino.
Yes.
Al Pacino is unbelievable.
You're gonna like Al. People walk right up to me after the premiere. They go, "Hey, Al was great." I go, "All right, I was in there a little, but what about Al?"
I mean, for thing, I'm not going to ruin anything, but the whole idea is you're trying to get him to do Dunkin' Donuts as a new Frappuccino.
Yes,
and they want Al Pacino to do the commercial.
Yes.
And you're like, he'll never do a commercial.
Right.
But then he falls in love with your sister.
Yeah. That was all Smigel's idea. And
Smigel's a genius.
Yeah, he's unbelievable. And it was Al on the set was as cool as it get. He is very method and wants to make sure he wanted to make sure he was really attracted to my Jill. So like he would show up at every wardrobe fitting that I was doing for Jill and be like, that skirt right there. And I'd be like, yeah, that's the one. He'd go, put it on for me. And I'd put the skirt on. And then he'd be like, a little higher. You got to hem it higher. I'd be like, really? A little higher, a little. And we'd hem it, and he'd be like, I'd go up another inch or two. I think something's going to drop out if I do that. But that's what we want. That's what we like.
What? Come on. He would never say that. But it's funny, and so because you, I've seen you be a girl for like the Gap Girls back in Saturday Night Live.
Yes. I saw you last night. You were a good-looking woman.
I was a woman. Yeah, I was a good woman.
You were really cute.
I was Michelle Bachmann.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I'd do anything to get ratings. I'd do anything.
I'm political. Watch this. Woo.
Yeah, my inner female out. But watching you walk in heels, you're not good.
No.
It's just you or Adam Sandler.
I thought it made sense to the character that she's not totally female.
It's unbelievably funny, man. I'm just thinking of the scene, like, she sweats in her sleep.
Yeah.
When his sister gets out of the bed, there's a sweat stain in the shape of her body on the bed.
Yeah.
It's so funny, man.
That's in real life. I'd say 1 out of 100 naps I take, I wake up so damn sweaty and scared.
Panic dreams?
I don't know what the hell happens. I get them usually like opening weekend kind of things. On a Thursday, I got nothing to do for an hour or two. I take a nap. I wake up there, I'm just drenched and like, what happened to my life? And I was like, relax, you're a movie star. And I'm like, oh yeah.
But did Al Pacino, did he teach you anything? Did he like...
Yeah, we became very tight. He's a great guy, Pacino, and yeah, we'd have these cool conversations where he'd teach me about, Shakespeare, stuff I didn't know, Macbeth and Merchant of Venice and that kind of stuff. But I'd always, I taught him like how to do this. And he was so baffled by it. He's like, what's happening? I don't smell anything. And I say, no, it's the hand. It's the hand part. And he'd be like, no, but this makes no sense. That noise is usually followed by a smell. And then I say, no, this is the hand thing. And he called Bobby Duvall, came over to him, and he's like, what happened? What's going on? And I was like... And he goes, I don't smell nothing. And they were all kind of like for a while.
You really taught those guys.
Yeah. But I brought them to it.
The thespians, absolutely. We're going to show a scene from the movie Jack and Jill. This one is where Pacino is wooing Jill. Yes. Which is you as Jill.
Gets her alone at the house, that one.
And he's like, he's excited. He likes it she's from the Bronx.
Exactly.
He's trying to Bronx girl.
Trying to bring the Bronx out of her again.
So here's a scene from Jack and Jill, you guys.
Thanks, buddy.
That's a classic.